Moments before Ellen Brody's SUV turned into a fireball, she was first in line to cross the railroad track. The NTSB says the warning lights at the crossing began flashing 39 seconds before the crash, and the gates came down just a few seconds later. Rick Hope, who was in the car behind Brody, said her car was actually inside the first gate, which came down on the back of her vehicle, putting her between the gate and the track, but not on the track.
I fully expect her to back up, so I look behind me, and luckily there's no one behind me. I'm able to back up, and I'm waiting for her to back up. She looks at me. I gesture to come back. I back up again further to even indicate that there's plenty of room to back up.
Instead, she got out and looked at the gate on her car. He says she then got back inside and pulled forward onto the track. Nobody knows why. And here's another question. We know she drove right onto the tracks right here. Why did she stay there? Because if you take a look, that gate, that arm, even if it was all the way down, she would have had plenty of room to just cross the tracks and keep going. The NTSB tells us it's looking into whether or not there was traffic on the other side that would have stopped Brody from crossing quickly. It's also doing a sight test to figure out what she may have seen if she looked down the tracks, and how much time she may have thought she had. Did Ellen Brody not hear the train approaching? It's possible she may not have. The Metro North train was going 58 miles per hour, but the Federal Railroad Administration says that even a train going 50 miles per hour may be no louder than a blender or someone shouting. So once she got back inside her SUV, she may not have realized the train was approaching. But what about the horn? A locomotive engineer we talked with says a train's horn is often louder than the siren on an ambulance. The NTSB says the train's engineer activated the emergency brake, which then prompted the train's horn to sound. That horn sounded for 4 seconds. 4 seconds. Then the train slammed into the woman's SUV. Perhaps she thought she had more time. A spokesman for the NTSB says the man in the car behind Brody doesn't remember hearing the train horn or the bells, though he did recall seeing the flashing lights. The last thing he saw was Ellen Brody's SUV disappear, then explode, as it was pushed nearly 1,000 feet by the train.